The World Cup was over. The confetti had fallen. The trophy had been lifted, and then the FIFA president posted a 15-page statement on Instagram. And everything changed. Gianni Infantino, FIFA president. Nearly 6 million personal followers, 8 million on FIFA's official account. He did not hold a press conference. He did not release a formal statement. He went on Instagram 15 pages, and in those 15 pages he accused the world's journalists and critics of spreading hate. He told them to meditate. He told them to pray. He called the 2026 World Cup the most outstanding FIFA World Cup ever. And he said FIFA has found peace. This is what started everything. To understand why Infantino felt the need to write 15 pages on Instagram, you need to understand what happened during the tournament. Because this was not a clean World Cup. This was a record-breaking World Cup wrapped in controversy. 5 issues. All of them real, all of them documented: finances, hydration, breaks, travel. Difficulties for players and fans of certain nationalities, VAR decisions. And one issue that sits above all the others, one issue that may define this entire tournament's legacy. But here is the twist: Infantino did not see any of it that way. He saw something else entirely. Start with the issue that set the tone early: Switzerland versus Qatar Group Stage A VAR decision, poorly communicated, confusing, the kind of moment that makes the entire world shake its head. It happened in the opening weeks, and it planted a seed of doubt that never fully went away. From that moment, every refereeing decision was viewed through a suspicious lens, and then came the allegations that FIFA and certain referees were intentionally favoring Argentina on its run to the final. Allegations not proven but loud, very loud. FIFA's own referee chief Pierluigi Collina laughed them off, but here is what nobody is saying: laughing off allegations is not the same as answering them, and the questions remained. Now the Iran situation. This was the controversy that began before a single ball was kicked. The United States and Iran, 2 countries with a complicated history, and the World Cup sitting right in the middle of it. President Trump publicly urged Iran to avoid the tournament. For their own safety, those were his words. For their own safety, Iran was ultimately permitted to attend, but the conditions were severe. Players were only granted access to the United States the day before their matches. They were forced to leave shortly after the final whistle. No extended stay, no normal tournament experience. Just arrive, play, leave. Infantino was publicly questioned for his failure to provide better conditions for the team. But in his 15-page response, Infantino said this: while you spread hatred, we worked tirelessly to unite 2 countries at war. Iran entered the United States without incident or conflict. When the Iranian team began playing, all the chants against them turned into a single song. The fans became the country. They became the team. And they stood behind Team Melli. This is the power of football. The Iranian team received visas to enter. Because football is about peace. It is not about politics. Football is about unity, not division. Football is bigger than hate and discrimination. But here is where it gets serious: the Folarin Balogun situation. Usman striker, red card issued during the tournament. Standard process, standard procedure, and then FIFA confirmed there would be no appeal process. That was the official position. No appeal. Final. And then, following a conversation with the White House and President Trump, FIFA overturned the red card days after confirming there would be no appeal. This is not a small moment. Sports Illustrated described this as perhaps the primary issue of the entire tournament. From a soccer perspective, Norway's Football Association is expected to submit a formal complaint, and Infantino's response? He compared it to domestic leagues. He said arguable referees' decisions or strange disciplinary rulings, such as potentially mistaken red or yellow cards or subsequent decisions not to ban players in certain situations, are routine and widely accepted in some of the biggest leagues worldwide. Then he added, it is curious that the same countries employing these practices are the ones criticizing Reed. That again, he said, other countries do it too. That was his defense of overturning a red card after a conversation with a president. And then came the full statement, the part that made headlines globally. Every city was packed with fans from all around the globe while they celebrated. You were busy planting seeds of hate. Our world needs love, not hate, tolerance, not division, celebration, not mourning. He spoke about the fans who were denied visas. You mentioned the few people denied visas and overlooked the millions who were approved from all parts of the world. Because football unites the world, and it was demonstrated impressively. This summer he spoke about Haiti when football brought Haiti to the world. country that many cannot or choose not to visit, it might be time to set aside your pens and keyboards and show some respect to the teams that played with their hearts. And then the line that stopped everyone: to those spending their time and energy hating us, please take a moment to reflect, meditate, pray, or watch a football match and truly observe the faces, the eyes, the emotions, because only our beautiful game can deliver such an extraordinary show here. Is what nobody is saying loudly enough. Infantino is not wrong about the positive moments the tournament was record-breaking. The football was extraordinary. Small nations competed, fans from every corner of the world arrived. Moments happened that nobody will ever forget. All of that is true, but here is the tension at the center of this entire story. You can celebrate the positives and still answer the hard questions. Celebrating what went right does not erase what went wrong, and writing 15 pages on Instagram telling your critics to meditate and pray is not the same as accountability. One does not cancel the other. Both things can exist at once. The tournament was beautiful, and the Balogun situation deserved a real answer, not a comparison to domestic leagues. A real answer. Infantino closed his statement with these words: "Finally, I am incredibly proud as FIFA president to have contributed even a little to this show. It is a great feeling." And then, may football rise above all hate. 15 pages. Posted to Instagram, addressed to journalists, to critics, to anyone who raised a question. Meditate, pray, watch a football match. That was his answer, and here is the one thing that this statement guaranteed: the questions are not going away. Norway's formal complaint is coming. The Balogun conversation with the White House will be scrutinized further. The Iran conditions will be debated at every level, and every time those debates happen, this 15-page Instagram post will be referenced because Infantino did not close the conversation. He opened it wider. The 2026 World Cup was the biggest in history. 104 games, 308 goals, 3.6 million tickets sold. All of that is confirmed. All of that is real. And it deserved a president who could defend it without telling the world to meditate and pray, because the football earned better, the fans earned better, and the game always earns better. Drop a comment below. Was Infantino right to defend the tournament? Or did the Balogun situation cross a line that cannot be uncrossed? Subscribe now, because the politics of this World Cup are only just beginning to unravel, and every single story we are covering it.